Tiffany. Tiffany gone? Janisha? No, Regina? Oh, she left. Okay. Natalie, Mary, Roxanne, Tasha, Denisa. No Sasha. Nicole, please have a seat. Yes. Grenade. Yuli. Avin. Dorisha. Alexia. Corinthia. Leslie. Diana. Brittany. Where's Iris? No Iris today? Victoria is Elizabeth, Nicole, Angie. Where's Angie? Isela, Natalie, Stoker, Brenda, Ashley, Alyssa, no Tiffany, Christina, Mercedes, gone. Enraged. Okay. Alright, is there anybody who does not have a pen or a pencil? Raise your hands. Okay. Have a seat on the 3-point line, please. There's enough room for everyone. Come on, Janisha. Come on in. There you go. There, grab it. There's one. Oh, that one doesn't have a tip on it. There's, okay. Anybody else need a pencil? You messing with me? Do you have one? Okay. Here you go. Alright. I will need 2 volunteers to raise your hand. Alright. Let's have Alyssa and Shaquita. Hand one out to each person. Okay, one out to each person. One of them is the worksheet that tells us how we are going to keep score. The other is a worksheet about staph infections. Take the staph infection one home and show it to your parents. It's very important, especially in a PE setting. Okay, it's called a staph infection. It can be spread through physical contact and especially with open wounds. It can cause like blisters on the skin and like infections and even like damage to the kidneys, and some people have died because of it. So proper hygiene is very important. Alright, all done. Did everybody get one of each? Make sure you give one to everybody. Everybody needs 2 papers. One about the staph infection and one about scorekeeping. As they're passing them out, read what this says. Read the keeping score one to get an idea of what we're doing, and take a look through the staph infection one. It's very important. Thank you. Make sure you go one of these 2, Alyssa. I got one. Okay. Alright. Make sure you're paying close attention because I am going to go through this step by step. If you look on the back page of the Keeping Score worksheet, you will see that a game of bowling has 10 frames. Each frame is scored in one little box. The point of each frame is to hit all 10 pins down and try to get a strike each time. So hitting 10 pins down on your first try in a frame is called what? A strike. And hitting all pins down on your second try is called? A spare. Okay, so let's flip back to the front page and we'll keep that in mind as we're scoring. So, here I am. I'm about ready to bowl. I go and I bowl and I hit 2 pins down. So if you look right here, that little box right here, in the upper left-hand corner, I write a 2 because I hit 2 pins down on my first try. I try again. My second time, I hit 7 pins. So you write it in the upper right corner. So the first time I got 2, second time I got 7. You add them together. 2 plus 7 is 9. So that frame I have 9 pins. Or, yes, I hit 9 pins down, so my score is 9. So let's go on to the next frame. My first try, if you look right here, it shows 3 different frames. My first try, how many did I hit down? 8. Good. Right there in the upper left-hand corner, you see 8. The second time, I hit the rest from down. Yay, I got a spare. So, altogether, that frame, how many did I hit down? 10. I hit 10 down because the first time I got 8, the second time I got those 2 extra ones to be a spare. When you write down a spare, you write it with one diagonal line. When you write down a strike, you write it with an X. This is a very important point, so make sure you're listening. When you hit a spare, you get the 10 points from that frame plus the score from the next one ball you roll. When you hit a strike, you get the 10 points from that one frame plus the score from the next 2 balls you roll. So the spare is 10 points plus how many balls? The spare? 1. The strike? 2. Alright, so let's continue on. Down here you'll see 3 frames. So my next frame I started off and I hit 8. The next time I got a spare. So I wait to see what my next one ball is going to be before writing anything down. So I write it down. I hit 7. Everybody see the 7? Yeah. Okay. So then I take that. So then for the second one, I got my 10 points that I started off with, plus the next one ball, which was 7. So 10 plus 7 is 17. And if you look at the bottom, it doesn't say 17. The reason is because your score is cumulative. You're adding it up as you go along. So you take 17 and you add it to that original 9. How much is that? 26. So that's where that 26 comes from. Okay? So then we're going on to frame number 3. I already bowled the first one and I got what? 7. Good. And here I go. I'm trying again. Oh, I only got one more. So I write that 1 there, up in the top right. 7 plus 1 is? 8. 7 plus 1 is not 34. 8. And then you take the 8 and you add it to your score before, which was 26. So 8 plus 26